The other day, I had a quote-to-quote interaction with the current owner of Global Clutch's account, WeChan. He asked the question of, do you know how long that take? Which was directed towards my comment referencing Paul Stolarov having boosted 30,000 kills during the summer of 2016. That got me thinking about how long exactly it would take to boost 30,000 kills. Then I figured, why not go higher? Why not calculate how long it takes to boost 100,000 kills instead, since that's a far more iconic milestone than 30,000. To have my calculations be as accurate as possible, I'm going to be removing the idea of map rotation. Let's assume that you could pick a group of maps so long as they had a certain player count. So, if you picked the 16 player maps queue, you would get either Aylan's Tower, Cattle Drive, Peaks, or Valley. A normal game of Blitz lasts about 3 to 8 minutes depending on what map you're on. With the speed meta being as dominant as it is, some maps may even end before the 3-minute mark. It is a known fact that Kalem is the fastest map in the game, so our player in question will be queuing that over and over since you can just hit the alts into the void. But since said scenario has to have the player in question in a party full of alternate accounts, and it takes a bit to crit out an unmoving player, we'll assume the time bank at the end of the game is 60 seconds. Humans need an average of 8 hours of sleep per day, but let's assume said player gets only 6 to get in as much time to boost as they can. This will leave 18 hours in the day. We'll also assume this player has nothing better to do than boost, so meals will be eaten at their desk and chores will not be factored. To make the calculations as smooth and simplistic as possible, we'll assume our player in question is homeschooled and something of a homebody. Now, staring at a computer screen for 75% of your day every day isn't exactly healthy, so I'm going to shave off 2 hours for breaks from the computer a day, bringing us down to 16 hours. Homeschool can have a very fluid schedule, so we're going to subtract 4 hours off of every day of the week for studying and homework. That leaves 12 hours. 12 hours a day multiplied by 365 days equals 4,380 hours, or 262,800 minutes. As you and I are probably both aware, not every day is the same, so just to keep this as accurate as possible, we're going to account for the rare social interaction, angry parents, possible internet blackouts, family outings, personal hygiene, playing other video games, and personal time for hobbies. Keeping it exact, this docks off roughly 1,000 hours. This is mostly due to the possibility of them playing other video games, because let's be honest, grinding Blitz gets boring if you do it all year, and we don't want our player to get burnt out. We're left with 3,380 hours in the year to boost, which is 202,800 minutes. Fortunately for our player in question, they wouldn't have to stop at any given point, considering staff don't exactly pay attention very much when it comes to mass amounts of reports on a single player. Rigscry was reported at least 100 times and he didn't get banned for a very long time. That stacked with the fact the Blitz community likes to complain more than take action against a player, our boosting prodigy is basically safe from any bans. But we don't want to make it too obvious, do we? So, as to avoid too much suspicion, let's say our player will occasionally disappear for large portions of time and will throw the occasional game so as to not make the kill-death ratio of the account look illegitimate. We'll shave off 60,000 minutes so as to subvert too much suspicion. I'm also going to be considering wait times in Blitz lobbies, so I'm cutting off 4,500 minutes due to the sheer amount of games our player will inevitably queue. Kalem games hold 12 players, 11 of which would be alternate accounts. 60 seconds per game, realistically 138,300 minutes of time to play a year. This equates to 27% of the year actively boosting. 100,000 divided by 11 equals 9,090. This means our player would only have to play 9,090 games mixed in with a large amount of downtime and purposeful throws. 9,090 games equals 9,090 minutes. 9,090 minutes equals 151.5 hours, or 6.3 days of raw playtime. So basically, a player could fundamentally get 100,000 kills with just 151.5 hours of boosting time. But that time would have to spread over many, many months. So if a player wanted to avoid suspicion, it would take a minimum of 10 months to hit 100,000 kills, considering some players have, in fact, hit 10,000 kills in a month legitimately in the past. This statistic is actually quite accurate, considering our very own Filu, Shanlol, and Hyperbole have all gotten 10,000 kills in a month without boosting. Filu has grinded out 39,000 kills since February 25th, when the solo/team kills leaderboards were added, which is 5 months and 5 days of grinding without boosting as well. So there you have it. It would take 6.3 days of raw playtime stretched across 10 months to boost 100,000 kills without attracting too much suspicion. I really enjoyed making the script and doing the math for this video, so if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and a comment telling me what your best kill record for a month is. See you guys around.